The Twisted Bow, one of the most powerful weapons in Oldschool Runescape. The weapon deals massive amounts of damage to anything with a decent magic level, which happens to be most of Oldschool Runescape's bosses. With its power though, comes a price, which is almost 1.4 billion as of recently. After selling a Twisted Bow to complete the 0 GP to Tunic and Shadow, I want to start again from 0 GP and earn enough money to afford the Twisted Bow and take on the Challenge Mode Chambers of Xeric. This is 0 GP to Twisted Bow. Welcome to episode 9 of the 0 GP to Twisted Bow series. In the last episode, we took on the Leviathan, which brought our total bank value to over 800 mil. In this episode, we're taking on the Whisperer in hopes to achieve the Bellator ring, which is currently worth 160 mil, and combined with the common drops from the Whisperer, like the Awakener Orb, has the potential to bring our total bank value over 1 billion GP. I've sold off a few items to put me up to 350 mil to purchase gear for the Whisperer grind. There are a few items I really want to try out for this grind, so hopefully this is enough to afford them. I have held zero expense when it comes to buying gear for this grind. Over 395 mil I spent on this grind. I think I spent even more just buying things like the Bofa and such for the Leviathan grind, so to spend even more on the Whisperer grinds, pretty crazy. Decided to go for the Venator bow because it's really good on the ghost phase. I even decided to invest in the Magus ring, probably a very unstable item with the Virtus as well. Probably not the smartest decision, but it is the decision I have made, and let's just be honest, Virtus looks absolutely sick. I can't wait to use this armor. It has 1% magic bonus, but 9% if you are using ancient magic. With this setup, the Sanguinesti staff with the saturated heart, our max hit is going to be a 45, which is absolutely massive. Our barrage max hit, since we have full Virtus, is a 40. Really nice stuff there. Here is the setup I'm going to start the Whisperer grind with. Now this setup will most likely change though as I become more experienced with the boss, but let's get started with this for now. First kill at the Whisperer, and we've already got ourselves a personal best, though a 344 isn't very good, so let's just see if we can get some decent times with this setup. I've only done a few kills now, but from what I could tell, you really don't need any food at all, so I've changed my inventory a little bit, pretty much all prayer potions, especially since I'm using the Sanguinesti staff, so it heals you about every 5th or 6th hit, so I feel very confident with this setup now. Okay, what is this drop? I didn't even know this drop exists. 10 dragon plate skirts, and they're unnoted as well, so I just have to pick them up like that. I don't have inventory space for all these plate skirts. I have to like drop prayer potions. That's a very interesting drop. I guess that's perfect kill as well with 10 of them. 1.6 mil on a single drop, and it's not even like a rare drop. That is, yeah, interesting. Well, there is the first unique of the grind, of course on 73 kill count. I think sure Bodhi would love that. The chromium ingot though, that's something I don't really love, but I'm very early on so I can't complain too much. Very nice, I guess. Well, there is chromium ingot number 2 at 90 kill count. Don't know again what to say about these chromium ingots. Get quite a few of them, but hey, I guess we'll get them out early. Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, there's a new unique, the Shadow Quartz. I'm actually pretty happy to get one of these. I kind of just wanted one of each quartz. It's one of the main reasons I decided to do the Whisper is just to actually get the Shadow Quartz. Now I have the Shadow Scepter, I already have the Blood Scepter, and I already have the Smoke Scepter. So if I wanted to get the Ice Scepter, I'd go back to Duke, but not a huge fan of Duke, so just really happy to get this one out of the way. There's the first clue scroll of the grind, a medium clue. As with all my videos, I'm going to be doing every clue that I get. Kill count number 100, I guess the first real milestone. One thing I think I'm going to like about the Whisper is in 100 kill count, I've already hit the rare drop table visibly twice, and that's not even that uncommon. The drop rate of hitting the table, I believe, is like a 1 in 63 or something like that. So hitting the drop table twice within 100 kill count is very reasonable, and you should hit the drop table about once or twice every 100 kill count. It makes it a lot more bearable compared to something like the Leviathan with a 1 in 96 chance of hitting the unique table. That's a pretty quick time, 2:43. It's been a while since I've had a personal best. These times are getting pretty fast considering the setup. I don't have a shadow or anything like that, but 2:43 without it's quite nice. Hey, there is actually the first Awakener's Orb of the entire grind at 139 kill count. I did not think I'd have to take this long for Awakener Orb, given they're actually the most common Awakener Orbs out of any of the bosses at a rate of 1 in 34.5. Happy to get my first. Hopefully I make up with the drop rate over time, but they are still worth quite a bit of money, as you can see here. And there's a very nice drop. I've gotten it a few times now, but I haven't really spent the time to record it. 105 battle staffs is like the second best drop you can get behind the D plate skirts, and you actually get them quite commonly. As I said, this is like my third or fourth time I've gotten this drop. Kill count number 200 here, and it looks like we're just going to get the normal Dragon Javelin heads, which is a very good drop. It's over 100k in just Dragon Javelin heads. The only two drops we've seen so far are the chromium ingots on the rare drop table, but that is a good thing. The fact that I am not seeing any rare drops within, I think, about last 100 kill counts means there is a good chance that I have hit the Vestige, the real big drop I'm going for, which is currently worth over 160 mil at the moment. Hopefully I've hit it twice, but even if I've just hit it once, which is the most likely option, I'm still very happy with that with only 200 kill count at the boss. However, after 200 kill count, there is one thing I want to incorporate into my kills, and that is the Accursed Scepter. If you're not sure what the Accursed Scepter does, it is basically the magic version of the Dragon Warhammer. As long as I accurately hit with the Scepter's special attack, it will drain the boss of 15% of its magic and defense level, which should be very helpful at the Whisper. Now, the Accursed Scepter is mainly valuable just for that defense and magic reduction, but it's also just a really good hitting weapon, as with the special attack and not even using a wilderness monster, you could hit up to a 57, which is quite insane since the max hit of the Sang, which I showed earlier, is only a 45, and it ends up just being better DPS even without the defense reduction. So the fact that you can get about 3 specs per kill is really good. I've only used the Accursed Scepter now for just a few kills, but I have to say it is quite a big difference between using the Accursed Scepter and not using the Accursed Scepter. If you can look at my kill times, I haven't gotten a new personal best yet, but as you can see here, if we just kind of scroll up, they're all pretty much around 3 minutes every time I use the Accursed Scepter. Only have 4 kills here. Sometimes without using any defense reduction or magic reduction, I have like 4-minute plus kills with just bad RNG. Again, I've only done 4 kills so far, but so far I can just say the Accursed Scepter feels so much better. That's one of the drops I want to see. Another 10 Dragon Plate Skirts at 211 kill count. Well, there's the third drop we've seen now, Chromium Ingot number 3 from this boss. That means we have for sure hit the drop table 3 times. But it is what it is. This is around the same drop rate, and as long as we get the Vestige without seeing any more ingots, I think I'd be happy with that. 267 kill count, and we've gotten our second Awakener Orb of the grind. That is amazing. It's taken 267 kill count to get 2 Awakener's Orb. I may have got one like in the first 25 kill count before this video, but man, that's insane. It's a 1 in 34.5, and this is only the second. Well, I am a giant spoon, but we will take it. 270 kill count for the Billionaire Vestige. This drop is worth a lot of money. Sorry, I have my cat with me right now, and she just really likes to press the F keys. 270 kill count for the Billionaire Vestige, and we already hit 3 ingots as well, so we basically made this thing like an Iron Man. That is crazy. That is just absolutely nuts to get this lucky. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was slightly unlucky on the other 2 bosses. Still, this is a spoon. This is a giant spoon. I am so happy about that. Wow, that's amazing. I am ready to make this Bellator ring. I think I have everything I need. I have the Warrior's Ring, the Vestige, I even remember the 500 Blood Runes, and the 3 Chromium Ingots, which we got from the Whisper as well. And it's kind of interesting how the drops work. I now have 9 Chromium Ingots, and I've gotten 3 Vestiges, so I'm like perfectly on drop rate between Vestige and Chromium Ingots. Let's get to it. I think I just have to use the Chisel on the Warrior Ring. Now I have a Warrior Icon, then I think I use the Vestige. Create the Bellator icon, and then with the 3 chromium ingots, oh, I did forget something, the ring mold. Let's go grab that. I now have the ring mold, so now we can go ahead and create the Bellator ring. There we are. Beautiful. Go ahead and wear that. It has really, really good stats. I didn't think it's as good as it is. 20 slash, so you use a fang with that or a scythe and you're going to be hitting quite well. And it still provides 6 melee strength, so just slightly worse than the Berserker ring, which is probably why it is worth quite a bit right now. If we do a little examine, that is not accurate at all. Now that is a lot more reasonable price for the Bellator ring. 154 mil, which is the most expensive out of the 4 new rings by quite a decent margin, but it is also one of the more useful ones, so it makes sense. Super happy that I've spooned this drop. 152 mil, and then if we add that to the bank, we are now 992 mil, close to a bill. You know what? We're not ending this episode until we have a bill at least. So I guess our first attempt to getting that bill is we did get a few clues from the grind, even though it wasn't much of a grind. 3 mediums, there's always potential to hit those ranger boots, as we're quite dry in them. Unfortunately, nothing there. We do also have 3 hard clues, which have a bigger potential to make more money, I suppose. Maybe. 100k per clue, honestly, that is very good. And then the 1 elite clue, 126k, it is an elite, so I guess that's about the best I can expect. Now, unfortunately, the loot tracker for the Whisper isn't working great. As you can see here, it looks like if we go down to the Whisper, it only tracked 22 of my kills. Funny enough, it tracked one of my ingots, one of my vestiges, and one of the 2 orbs I actually received during the grind. Did not receive too many of those. However, I did try to keep track of most of the loot to get the 20D plate skirts. A few of the notable drops there. I think there are also some rune drops happen pretty frequently. I know you can get soul runes quite frequently, death runes for sure. I don't think you got blood runes, but you also get like weird chaos runes sometimes, steam runes for sure, water runes sometimes. I kept track the best I could. Basically, this is the majority of the loot tab plus some runes. Sell off what we have and see how much we made. I have finished selling off all of the loot, or at least I think all the loot from the Whisper. We now have a 27 mil cash stack, and the loot tab here is all empty along with some of the runes I talked about. So we throw that in, we're down to 992. I think we were at 993, so we actually lost a mil selling, but I guess that's kind of expected. But I was curious, I made about 180 mil from the Whisper. However, there are definitely some supply costs. With the blood runes from the Sanguinesti staff, the Revenant Ether, and everything, it ended up being about 30k per kill in supplies, which is quite a bit. However, I did only do 270 kills, which ends up being about 8 mil in supplies. So you take that out the profit, and 172 mil profit made from the Whisper, which is quite insane because I was getting close to 20 kills per hour. We'll even go to say in 15 kills of an hour just to be like super generous on the low side. And even with 15 kills an hour, that's like 18 hours to make 172 mil, which is about 10 mil an hour. That is insane. Yeah, there's no other word than just insane. Now we have to figure out how to turn this 992 mil into 1 bill, which shouldn't be too hard since 8 mil is pretty easy to come by. First and foremost, I think I want to go ahead and sell off the gear I was using for the Whisper since I did get full Virtus for that, plus a few other items like the Magus Ring, which is pretty unstable at the moment. Things like the Sanguinesti staff. Most of the things I bought did go up, like the Venator bow. Actually, it looks like it's going back down, so yeah, let's get rid of this stuff fast. Here's what I ended up selling everything for, and to refresh your memory, I'll go ahead and throw up the buy offers. And I've definitely made some money some places, but I've also lost some money at some places. I'd say overall, I think I did alright. On the topic of selling things, I decided to throw away these Zarite Van braces that I used in the last episode for the Leviathan, and I made a huge profit on these things because I bought them for like 154 mil, sold them for over 162 mil, so that's very nice. And then I just sold the Lightbearer, which I also used in the last episode, which now puts our bank value even less than before. Oh no. I went to bed and I think a few of my items went up because we're now up to a 995 mil bank. Probably things like my crystal armor and the bow of Faradin that I have. So we only have to make 5 more mil now to get that 1 billion bank value, and I think I have a way to do that. I still have over 700 crystal shards from the Volcano grind, and with 93 herb lore, I can boost to 97 with the botanical pie and turn all of those into super combat potions. You end up making about 10 mil with 700 of them, so if I made about half, I make about 5 mil. However, I do need to get 93 herb lore, which I'm just off, so I think what I'll do is actually buy and clean herbs. I know that is an extremely slow way of getting herb lore XP, but it's also pretty decent money. With these 2 torsos right here, we should get ourselves 93 herb lore. There it is. We can now +4 boost for that 97 herb lore for the divine super combats. I already made a lot of money from the torsos, so sell those off first. A lot of price finagling as you can see here, but I have sold off all of the torsos for 36 mil plus a little bit extra, as you can see already in the cash stack. And yeah, 998 mil. I've had to spend a lot more of my crystal shards than I've wanted to. I think I spent over 200 crystal shards making super combat potions, and this is hopefully the last batch I have to make. These fluctuating prices are benefiting me and they're not benefiting me, but we are at 993 mil. This is 7.6. That should be the 1 billion mark in this series. We have earned over 1 billion GP starting from 0 GP. And the Twisted Bow is about 1.3 mil right now, so 300 mil to go, which is something we can accomplish maybe the next episode or the one after that. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next, which I plan to put over 100 hours into. You'll see what I mean when it's out. Until then, I hope everyone watching has a great day, and I'll see you soon. Later!